Mark, Freeze, Parks, and myself did go to the Kendrick and SZA show, and EPC. All went to the Kendrick and SZA show at MetLife on Friday night.
It looked like fun.
It's been all the fuss on the internet, so now we get to hear first-hand accounts from people. What did everybody think? Let me get a recap.
Well, I even got the little tour shirt on.
Oh, me too. Me too.
I didn't make it to the merch booth.
I had to. My wife took my jacket.
It was cold as a bitch in there.
It's my first time going to a merch booth.
That's my first. That's my first stop every time I go somewhere.
Oh yeah,
like I missed the first song because I was at the first. At the merch.
I was texting you right before, and then I was like, "Oh, ice is tight."
I'm online. I'm like, I heard the crowd yell, and I'm like, I told I showed you. I'm like, yo, you wanna? We only got like 7 people ahead of us. You want to just run back in? Like, fuck it, let's just buy up our merch now. So we cop our shit, didn't win in.
Well, when I got there, I got there a little late. Somehow I managed to get there much later than I planned. I was on the group chat, like y'all telling me songs and shit. But I thought the show, I had 2 thoughts. One, the show was amazing. I thought it was an amazing show. And also, I'm old as shit.
Oh, yeah. I'm still tired from that show.
It was a long-ass show.
Bro, they did 3 hour set.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
A 3 hour set is crazy. But my initial thought was, this was art. Like, it wasn't just a concert. Like, you needed the visuals they had with it, the way everything went together. Like, some outfit changes, SZA flying up with the fucking wings on, with the backdrops, and they put a full production together. I love this shit.
This kind of tied into my thought. I was like, these two are like, they seem like the kids that were in like the art class and like the theater class and were like kind of nerdy. And now they're on like the biggest stage in the world doing like superstar shit. Like SZA being up there dancing like Madonna and hanging from the shit like some fucking pop star shit. I was like, look at SZA, man. Look at SZA. I wouldn't have pictured that. I mean, I would because she's amazing and talented and beautiful and all that shit. But like, she doesn't seem like the type to do that. She seems like she wants to be in her little art nerd world.
And yeah, I also like the pre-recorded. I usually don't like the pre-recorded skits; they're often corny to me. But these were actually really good. When he was like kind of in the
deposition.
Deposition. That's what. Yeah, he was in a deposition. And at the end, by the time it ended up at the gas station, I thought that whole thing was dope. It was well done. It was well acted. It was beautiful. It was just well shot. I love the color schemes, everything. It was just beautiful. The only thing I didn't like, I thought the ending was anticlimactic. Like I thought they should have ended with Luther.
Over Gloria.
Yeah.
They're about to sing.
It just felt like, all right, the show is over, and it felt like they were stretching a little bit.
The show was over after Not Like Us for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That was the highlight. People started walking out. Like I had the set list, so I knew the 2 records was left, and I knew the order. But I'm just looking like, I think they wanted to send you out on like a not so turned up. That's so they lowered the energy a little bit.
Right.
My only complaint was Mad City.
I was just, we on the same page.
Bro, you can't do that to Mad City.
That flip was fire, but I was expecting after the first verse, you wanted for the yachts.
You cannot do that. It's like an R&B version of Mad City.
Yeah, they butchered that.
That flip was not fire.
I like the flip.
No, not.
I didn't like it.
That is one. He got like 3.
Anita Baker flip.
I like that shit.
That shit was absolutely fire, and it should be for sale.
Yeah.
They should sell.
I'm not mad at selling it. I'm talking about for the live show version. That is one of those super high energy records that rings off anytime he performs it.
I get what they were trying to do though. They were trying to let All Right be the energy. So I get it, but I was like, fucking.
And I was ready to lose my shit. I'd rather not do the record.
No,
like Mad. No. I'm just saying, Mad City is one of those songs that anytime he performs,
it's like Smells Like Teen Spirit for me.
It'll break the venue. Like you can't strip it down and make it an R&B
but that
track.
was one of my issues with this show, and I'll get to all of my issues later. But the contrast in energies during the back and forth set. So I would think that somebody had that on their mind and knew what that record did energy wise, and you got to temper some of that shit if you're going back and forth between SZA's set, which was not as energetic as Kendrick, and then Kendrick. I wish one of them would have went out first, and then one of them would have went out second.
Yeah.
And they could determine that based on who's hot in what city. I get the whole co-headline TDE We're a Family, art class, all that shit. Y'all said theater class. That was fucking me up in there.
Me too.
That was fucking me up in there. I'm not gonna hold
Some
you.
high-low shit.
Dog, in my section where I was at, Parks was like two rows in front of us. But where we was at, me and Ian and Corey and E, the 3 white girls in the back of us, when SZA came on, they was jumping up word for word, knew
Facts.
every one of those songs. And when Kendrick came up, they would sit down. That's not their bag.
Right.
And then I would stand up. And we did that back and forth.
I think that was intentional.
Agreed.
I hate it.
And
I hate that.
To your energy
I
point,
absolutely hate that.
That was my beef about the GNX album. It's the same thing. High energy, low. Every song went like this. Like I think there's they intentionally are shaping the project, the album, the tour, so that it is a up and down. It's a roller coaster. Because like I said, you finish not like us, and then you come back with Luther and Glory.
I'm not there for the roller coaster. I'm not there for that.
That's how you stretch.
And I'm a huge SZA fan as well. But if I come out to see one of you motherfuckers, that's the energy that I don't want to have to sit down, gather myself, go get a drink, go to the bathroom. Like, oh my Lord, they was killing me with
That's
that
where I
shit.
fucked up. I wish I would have sat down. I stood
Yeah,
for
you
3
stood-
hours, dog.
Me too.
I was handicapped by the time that shit was over.
I stood.
I was sitting right on a wet seat, ass all squishy.
That's what I did.
I didn't give a fuck.
I sat down.
Squishy ass nigga.
I stood. I was in the fucking
You was in
riser
VIP.
circuit.
You can say you was in VIP.
Well, it's the riser.
Was that
You-
VIP?
He was in celebrity VIP. Yes.
Ugh.
But I told you, I said you would hate it here.
Yeah,
You would hate it.
I was thinking about going over there because Wave, shout out to Wave.
And
Extra
then Mark
tickets.
was in there acting poor. I'm sorry, Park.
That's
Mark.
all right.
And then Mark was in there acting poor. Parks tried to get Mark arrested.
He really did.
Well, we were in like
He was looking out.
We were clearly in like the comp area. So
No, that ain't true. I ain't get comped. I did not get comped.
oh, salute.
We were in the comp.
There were some extra seats there, so I figured Mark and his wife could go over and hang out, and then if the people show up, then you know.
Because what happened
It's
was
always awkward,
I
though.
thought I had. We bought good seats, but then the way the stage was, it was like a back part of the stage and a front part of the stage. When we got there, he was still in the back part of the stage. So I was like, "Yo, we far as shit. I ain't pay all this money for to be that far." But then when he came around, he was right. We were like basically front row for the front of the stage, but I didn't know that. So I was texting them like, "Yo, we gotta go somewhere else." So my wife was complaining. I don't care.
Well, now, my problem was when we got there, I thought I was somebody. I mean, we're in New Jersey.
Mad love from the people in the crowd. by the
It's
way.
MetLife.
Yeah.
Nigga, who ain't... Nigga, we... Ah. So, hey, go drive over to the private parking lot over there. So, where we normally park for Summer Jam, man. So, yeah, we don't have a... Hey, man, let's go pull up over there. Man, told us to get the fuck out there. Hey, I rolled the window down. I said, so send him over to my side. Hey, yo, Budden, Nick, I said, so send him
Right
over
down
to
there.
my side. I rolled up with
Nigga, Sergey don't watch the pod, man.
I said, hey, look.
Oh, he did watch it. He didn't give a fuck.
Look, I'm looking right at the lot. It's right there. I'm rolling one down. Headed right over there. She said, no, you're not. She said, do you have a pass? I said, no. She said, okay, so let me see your ticket. Okay, so you're going to walk mad far, and then that'll get you where you got to go. So, all right, cool. We're in a good mood. We had a concert. Look, we just going to get out in the rain and walk mad far. So, me, Corey, Amani, Erickson, walk.
What you did, Ish?
We wa-
Pay.
No, you can't pay. You can't pay.
I paid and got pretty good parking.
No. You can't
You know
pay
what I
and get
did?
in that private parking lot that we talking about.
Okay.
And the handicap is not going to get you in this parking lot that we talking about.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Listen,
Jojo.
the handicap get you right. I was right there.
I stuck my boot up in that. Ma'am, it's 500 right in that boot for you too.
And they would have directed you to Hackensack Hospital or wherever people with that boot on should be at.
New Joe Budden.